evening, football fans. Tonight on NCTV5, we'll be bringing you the play-by-play between the designated home team, the Fairview Apaches, and the visiting Liberty Center Tigers. Fairview will be in black, Liberty Center with the orange pants and white jerseys. Jim, this is a game of the Giants. They both come in at 11-0 and both very impressive down through the years as athletic schools, obviously. But tonight, it's the prolific passing attack of Scott Bergman and the Apaches against a rock-ribbed, jaw-boned Liberty Center Tiger defense.
Yep, absolutely, Spike. This is a moment of truth in round 2 of the playoffs.
All right, hard line drive kick, bobbled around and finally fallen on down there at the 36-yard line where Fairview will take over. Fairview features number 13, Dusty Bergman, who set a whole passel of passing records at Fairview High School. Bergman, a 5'9", 160-pound junior, passed for about 2,900 yards this year. Fairview with a total offense of about 360 yards a game. Liberty Center at about 320. All right, Fairview normally lines up with one running back, Bergman in shotgun, and 4 wideouts. Now the left-hand pass caught out there at the 30 or at the 44 and hit right there by number 24,
Drew Tiplady.
Drew Tiplady.
That's a good 5-yard gain, Spike, but that's interesting. Do they run from that deep of a shotgun? Man, that was almost a long punt center to get that ball back to the quarterback.
Yeah, that's what they normally do. They run shotgun. He'll occasionally line up under center, but then it's the quick 3-step drop.
Boy, that shotgun, that's kind of hard for the Tigers to get back there to pressure him.
Well, that's the whole thing. It's a different type of ball game, something different than Liberty's ever faced. Now a shot caught across the 50 and down to the 44, but we've got a flag in the backfield. That type of thing normally would indicate holding, but we'll wait and see.
That's what they call, Spike.
Well, it's the team that makes the fewest mistakes, and so far, Fairview just came up with one, but Jim Bergman, with quite an arm, laid it right on the money on that quick hitter over the middle.
Yeah, on 2 pass plays, he's been right on target, so evidently he's warmed up well, and that was a pretty fast developing play, that across the middle, Spike. I mean, like they've been playing this pitch and catch quite a bit, and last week in their previous playoff game, they set school records for yards passing, and well, they just put up an awful lot of yards last week.
All right, the wind is at the back of the Apaches, so in this first quarter, they've got definitely a throwing edge. Now on 2nd down and long, passes dropped. Contact there. Ponton made sure that the receiver knew he was in the area, so now that's going to bring up 3rd down and 20.
Spike, that was interesting. I really believe that play was catchable, but I think that receiver saw number 20 of the Tigers and decided not to stretch out for that.
You're not indicating alligator arms, are you? All right, well, this is the situation Liberty Center obviously wants Fairview to be in. 3rd down and long. Ball resting at Fairview's 28-yard line. They come out with a double wide out to either side. Single setback. Bergman out of the shotgun. A little draw play. And right there, stopped! Stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Well, that's the key.
Yep, so far so good for the Tigers' defensive stand, Spike. They won the kickoff but deferred, elected to, take their say in the second half, and here the defensive held them to 3 and out with the help of a penalty.
All right, back deep for Liberty Center, number 27, Kurt Silvas at the 35-yard line. They've got to respect the wind on this punt. Oh, boy, high, booming spiral. Silvas has to let that thing roll. That might set a playoff record. Get into the end zone. It did. Oh, wait a minute. The referee standing at the 1-yard line. Oh, boy, what a break. Jim, that was a 72-yard punt from the 27. They're going to spot the ball. Even though it rolled into the end zone, they're going to spot the ball at the 1.
Is that the way that is in high school? If you cuff that ball while it's in the playing field, then it becomes down?
Nope, guess not. They're going to bring it back to the 20-yard line. Jim, that's a huge break.
That is huge. The Tigers would never want to start on the 1-foot-yard line, which is where that would have been. But there was a pretty good brisk wind behind that punter, and she got a lot of roll out of that.
Yeah, once it was over Silvas' head, that was the only thing he could do. All right, now the Tigers will take over at the 20. You're going to have to forgive us because we're so far away. The numbers aren't going to be too obvious. Here is the give
Ponton.
to, or is it Tip Lady?
I believe
Good.
that might have been Tip Lady.
Yeah, Tip Lady off left guard. Good hard charge, gain of 6 yards on the play. Well, that's going to have to be Liberty Center's bread and butter, is jamming it right down the throats of the Fairview Apaches.
Well, Spike, they would prefer that. That would use some clock and keep that high-powered passing attack on the sideline.
Tigers in a wing offense around the left side. Gain of about 2 on the play, up to about the 28-yard line.
Seems rather unusual for the black uniforms there to not be our Tigers. They prefer black when they can get it, Spike.
Yeah, obviously. Well, ranking in the computer points is what designated that. Now Liberty Center facing a 3rd down and 1. Give up the middle, and
that's easily a first down. We can't tell you who the ball carrier was.
Ponton picks up about 4. Ball pressed or stepped down now at about the 34-yard line.
That was a good surge by that left offensive front for the Tigers. And you know, Spike, as we think of all the passing yards Apaches got last week, they give up a huge amount in rushing yards.
Yeah, Bluffton really poured it on. All right, now the Tigers go with the double wingback set, single setback. Now Salmi in motion. Here is the give off the left side, a lot of running room, and battles his way up. Rodney Ponton up across the 40.
Well, Tigers getting some elbow room from their own 20-yard line where this drive started. So, so far, so good for the Tigers on offense here, Spike.
Yeah, the punter really put Liberty in a hole with that boomer. It was already about a 45-yard punt anyway. All right, Tigers in that wing package. Saw me in motion to the left. Here is the give to Ponton. Ponton off the right side. First time the Tigers have come this way with it. And a gain of about 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7. Ball at the 44 of Liberty Center. You know, the coaching staff had to really put their heads together to come up with a game plan against this tough Fairview team. You know, Liberty's never faced a team that runs a complete passing game. I mean, they only their leading rusher was a fullback with 300 yards on the season, and that doesn't even equate, Jim, to 25 yards a game.
Yeah, no question, Spike. This is pass, and so far the Tiger defense has been up to whatever they faced during the regular season. Some teams knew that their best chance would be to pass, but the pressure that the defensive line and defensive ends were able to mount on the quarterback, plus the better than average coverage back there kept the pass from really soccer to them. But Apaches might really be formidable.
All right, 3rd down and inches on the measurement, just short. Quarterback sneak by Myers, and he bores his way ahead into the defensive line.
Tim Myers on a quarterback sneak. We're getting gains 2 yards. Tackle by Potter. First down, Tigers. On their own 46-yard line.
By somebody else. It's driving me nuts.
All right, 1st and 10, Liberty Center. Ball on their own 46-yard line. Wingback package set to the right. Excuse me, to the left. Here is the give straight ahead. Ponton battles and bores. Battles his way up to about the 50-yard line. Gain of about 4 on the play.
Tackle by Hurtig.
Jim, maybe, just maybe, Liberty gets to this end and we'll be able to pick the numbers up a little bit easier here.
Well, at any rate, so far this has been a drive the way the Tigers would like to have it. They're using some clock and just getting the feel and kind of controlling the line of scrimmage so far, Spike.
All right, Tigers staying with that tight formation, 2 tight ends. Now deep pitch to Ponton around the left side. Good pursuit by Fairview and brought down there after a couple of yard gain. That'll put the ball up. Joel, it's down inside the 50, down to about the 47-yard line. 3rd and 4. Tigers converted a couple of first downs, 3 to be exact, and now in Fairview territory. 7:12 remaining here in quarter number 1. There's no score. Now the Tigers come out with a wide formation. They've got Parasini out there along with Salmi. Ponton and Tiplady in the back Now that changes things quite a bit. We're
Yeah.
looking at 3rd and 8 instead of 3rd and 3.
Obvious passing.
Yeah, and the Tigers have to now look to spread out the Fairview defense going the other way. We've got Salmi. And now the give to Ponton off that right side. Ponton, Liberty Center now in really with a tough decision, Jim. They pick up a couple, but it's going to be 4th down and about 4, and you've got the ball just inside the 50, and you're not going to be able to punt the ball too far.
Yeah, that sounds like John Collins' time, and boy, what a game he had last week, Spike. He was 2 for 2 passing from this position, and also it's good punts.
Yeah, well, his low line drive kick might just be the thing here. All right, crazy legs back. Here's a snap, good snap. Gets off the left-handed line drive. It hangs in the air slightly, taken at the 18. And he's got some running room around the right side and hauled down over there on a good open field tackle by, wow.
Number 6, Mitch Shaddy.
Yeah, Mitch Shaddy, number 6.
Yeah. Brown?
No. Jim, I don't think we got a number 6,
No.
but that sure looked like the number. Well, excuse us there. All right. Could have been a 9. Well, we'll give it to Parasini. All right, you, of course, watching this on TV with the zoom lens can see the numbers perfectly. All right. Motion to the left. Straight drop out of the shotgun. Bergman hit at the line of scrimmage. Almost intercepted. Jim, I'm
Number
not
70.
sure.
Yeah, Brad Cimbola almost got his mitts on that ball for a dandy interception, but I don't know who batted that, Spike. I didn't see that line play. Good line play, though.
Yeah, I don't know. That was, boy, I couldn't tell if it was the defensive end or if it was the.
Yep.
Well, a big play by the Tiger defense. That's what they need to do with Fairview, keep them in 2nd and long, 3rd and long situations. Fairview now with two running backs, but he goes in motion. Now they've got trip receivers to the wide side, the left. Bergman out of the shotgun, gets rid of it, throws it deep, and there's picked up by Tiplady. He's at the 40, the 30, the 20, the 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's a Tiger touchdown. It's a Tiger touchdown. There you go, oh, oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh,
Yeah, but
stinking rotten yellow flag.
Spike, I think those came out a long time after the guy was gone. I just can't hardly believe they found something on the Tigers there. But anyway, excellent defensive secondary there. Tiplady picked off that errant throw, and he was off to the races.
Well, the obvious call, and that's what it turned out to be, was clipping. That's right around the 25-yard line. So the touchdown, points taken off the board, but the Tigers have the football in good field position, probably somewhere around the 40. All right, ball now set down at the 39. Liberty Center in business, 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Well, that time, Jim, the wind maybe didn't help Fairview. Of course, the pass was high, but the wind...
Yeah, obviously that pass sailed on him, but he has the wind at his back. You wouldn't hardly thought that.
No, you wouldn't think. All right, Tigers line up in the wing package to the right. Here's a student body sweep, give to Ponton, hauled down, and we've got another flag, and that's probably going to go against Liberty Center. Ouch.
Virtually no gain on the play, and there's a penalty flag. Again, clipping on the Tigers.
Well, Jim, they call clipping, and I know you've got that rule within the line of scrimmage. You get a certain latitude in what you can do, but maybe once you get outside, I think you get outside a certain area wide.
Yeah, that must be, Spike, because boy, certainly they were within the 3 yards of the line of scrimmage, but they were wide of where they set up, and probably out in the flats or whatever. Maybe you can't do that. I'm not sure what the rule reads, but boy, the Tigers, after a nice interception there, are just going the wrong way here via the penalty. Got to get her back.
All right, now clock running. 5:20 left here in the first quarter. Tigers with the wide formation to the left. Quick drop, and it's
I think Matt left early, I believe. I'm not sure.
Leininger all alone on that little skinny post route, but waved dead right at the time. And now Liberty Center, although they have the ball, marching straight backwards. We're looking at first and about $1 million.
Well, Spike, this is a string of penalties that Tigers haven't reeled off all season long, but they just got to kind of settle down and get back together. It is still first down, so they don't have to get it all at once, but they got to have something positive.
All right, ball pushed back to Liberty Center's own 40-yard line. It'll be first and 33 according to the scoreboard clock. Now Myers on a straight drop, rolling hard, in trouble, gets rid of it, and that's knocked down right there. Well, that pressure came not from the first guy, but trailing defender. And Myers finally had to rolling out of bounds, got rid of it, so it'll bring up second down and 33 yards to go. Liberty Center needs to get to the 29 for a first down. All right, Salmi spread wide to the left. Tip Lady goes in motion. Here's the give straight ahead to Ponton. Ponton picks up about 6.
Up the middle for about 5 yards.
And that's going to put the ball down at about Liberty Center's 44-yard line. Well, Jim, now we're facing 3rd and 28, and I'm not so sure you can really even consider throwing the ball that far to get it. You're just going to have to come up with a play, you know, a little short dink and dunk, and maybe pick up a big chunk of yardage after the catch. Tigers come out with the wide outs, 2 wide outs to the short side of the field. Single setback, Ponton. Myers has time, that's thrown deep, and that's intercepted over there. Nice cutback. Oh, this could be dangerous for Liberty Center, and slips and falls. I believe Tip Lady there to finally get credit for the tackle, but now Fairview back in business after 3 very costly Tiger penalties.
Apaches take over on the Liberty Center.
Well, so far, Jim, they're just sparring away at each other, but nobody able to establish anything.
Yeah, but these offenses have just traded interception, Spike, and I think the ball's pretty close to where it was when that all started.
Well, it's in Liberty Center territory. Fairview with their best field position of the night with 4 minutes left here in quarter number 1, no score. Bergman with nobody back, throws the home run ball, overthrown.
2 Tigers
Yeah.
went into him good there. Zider and Leatherman.
Leatherman, yeah. Well, that's what they got to do when they get a chance. They've got to pop him, let Bergman know they're in the game. That'll bring up second down and 10. Fairview with the ball on the Tiger 47-yard line. Jim, the Tigers have picked up about 4 first downs on the ground, and Fairview really hasn't. A couple of crisp passes were caught, but other than that, no real strong offense. But that very costly penalty that took the 7 points off the board. All right, 2 wide outs to the right, man in motion to the right, the wide side of the field. Bergman back there in shotgun. Quick drop, now setting up the screen, and caught, hold down right there! Big hit there by Nate Zider.
No screen play there went for any yards. I mean, they had plenty of pressure on him, but he just popped that ball forward, and the guy was tackled right in his tracks for a bit of a loss.
Well, you could just about tell the Tiger defense read the screen pass. Bergman, you know, with no hesitation, that took the hard drop, and Tigers right there to eat that thing alive. All right, that pushes them back. It's 3rd down and 13 yards to go. This same 4 wide out formation with the fullback standing alongside Bergman. Back to throw, looks toward the sideline. That's incomplete, and the Tigers force another 4th down.
Yeah, Spike, I tell you, the Tigers, now that was Nate Zider on that play, but earlier Zider and Kyle Leatherman teamed up to get some real pressure on this quarterback, and I see him not standing in there to make the throw. He's kind of dancing a little bit back there. With the kind of a season he's had passing, I got to believe he's seen pressure before.
Well, all season long, but then, you know, he's seeing NWOAL pressure now. Just a little bit, maybe there's some good football teams in the GMC, but I'm sure the Tigers' vaunted defense, something has to be taken into consideration. Now that punt floats out to the right, going to take a good Fairview hop, Picked up there by Silvis, breaks a couple of tackles, dances and spins. Oh, baby! He was one man away!
He was, Spike. He danced there a couple different directions, and he was just one black player from just plain breaking that for a huge, huge play.
Well,
Man, he about had it.
ball returned to the 18. We'll give Silvis a return of about 11 yards on that. Boy, Jim,
Yeah.
I'm telling you what, he twists and turns and dinks and
Yeah.
the old whirling dervish himself. All right, we'll get a few of our
What
sponsors
do
here
got,
as
a
we.
penalty there or something? They're talking to him again. What is that call out there, guys? Huh? They didn't say yet.
All right, while they're trying to sort that out, we'll get a few of our sponsors here. We've got Truckers Paradise out on the corner of 109 and 24 with their, obviously, breakfast and meals all the time, but their specialty is those 57 different kinds of wonderful pies. Also, we've got Miller Brother Trucking in Napoleon with Skip Miller, Holgate Metal Fab with Jeff Spangler, Dave's Auto Service with Honest Dave Perry, Liberty Products with Terry Bowers, the Sky Bank in Liberty Center, KK Collision, state-of-the-art auto body repair work with Kyle Kern out on the north end of Liberty Center, LR Babcock Plumbing and Heating with Bill Tiplady and Danny Brown. All right, Liberty Center in that tight wing, double wing formation, pitch to Ponton off the left side, right side, excuse me, and gets up across the 20 up to about the 22, gain of 4. Jim, the wind has played a huge role in this game.
I think it has. I believe it's impacted the passing of both quarterbacks. They looked like the Fairview guy was going to be on target early, but then he started missing.
Yeah, he's wild high early on. Now the Tigers with Salmi, wing on the right side. Here is the pitch, bobbled around loose, and I think Fairview might have recovered. Well, now the Tiger defense will be tested. Jim, this is the kind of game where a big break, a big play could pack immense in proportions to how this thing will come out.
Oh, it's a moment of truth for the Tiger defense here. This sets them up clearly in 4-down territory right there inside their 20.
Well, now the Apaches wait and get things reset at the line of scrimmage. They've got trip receivers out to the wide side, the right. Tigers putting on a good pass rush. They pass to the underneath man, trying to find running room. He does, and that's the dangerous thing, Jim. Yeah. You've got to guard everybody out there, and they'll always, you see it 90% of the time, they'll send 2 of them deep, but one guy lingers, catches, and then looks for running room, which they got about 11 yards on a 1st and 10.
Yeah, Spike, what are the rules? When you load up one side with receivers, are they allowed to go out and block? I know they can't hold the defenders, but can they go out and throw a block?
Well, you can make a hit as long as the ball's not in the air, and then it's up to the referee's discretion as far as.
No, I mean the receivers.
Well, yeah,
the
right. The receiver, yeah, they can make a block as long as the ball's not in the air. All right, there's a discussion there around the ball. I'm sure it doesn't impact the play, but it's 1st and goal at the 9-yard line for Fairview. Tigers are going to have to come up with some huge defensive gem here. You know, we made the big defensive stand last year in the Bedford-Chanel game, and the Tigers last week forced Crestview to go to 4th down before they could punch it in from the 1, and that used valuable time off the clock, which played into Liberty's hands at the end of the game. But now, facing something entirely different, Jim.
Spike, how did they get that long to call a play?
I'm not sure what did happen there. All right, in shotgun, all by himself, hard pass rush, thrown short, incomplete. That'll bring up 2nd and goal at the 9. Matt Leininger from his nose guard spot put a lot of heat on Bergman. Well, that's the thing. With as many as 5 receivers out on that play, you're back there pretty much naked, and so, you know, what you give, you have to give up.
Expect. Yeah, you know, Spike, on a passing attack that's kind of sputters, hit or miss, they only have to hit once in a while as long as it's for big. So Tigers, they're showing 1st and 9 yet on the board. That shouldn't be.
No, second goal from the 9-yard line. Now they spread trip receivers to the wide side, the left side. Tigers shift over in man coverage. Now Bergman rolls left, being left-handed, throws the long one, and that's way out of bounds. It'll bring up 3rd and goal from the 9. Well, now this is where you've got to be careful as the Tigers defense, because even though they don't run the ball very often, you have to always be watching for that little draw play.
Oh, I'm sure as the Tigers prepared for this game with Fairview, everybody had an assignment, Spike. I mean, the whole defense and the special teams and everything was really heads up on, well, this is what Fairview has done during the season. This is what they can do. And, I mean, this is a very alert Tiger bunch of defenders tonight. So far, they've been playing well.
All right, no chance of a draw play now unless it's a quarterback draw. Back there alone again with 5 wideouts, 3 to the left. Now the quick shot over there. Hit right there! Yeah, baby! And brought down for a loss of 3 yards. Initial hit from here, we'll call it either Zider or Tip Lady. Tip Lady, all right. Tip Lady on the initial hit. Got that from the cameraman. He's going to have to be our spotter here.
Now we're calling it 4th and 9. Actually, 4th and 13, because that was a loss, as you say. Tiger defense, we've said it before in earlier broadcasts, but the defender sells out knowing that he's going to have help. And, boy, that was a good initial hit out there by Tip Lady.
All right, we've got a timeout down on the field with 4th and goal from the 13. It's no score with 1:20 to go. All right, we'll catch some more sponsors here. We've got Davis Farm Services with Karen Howell. Pisanello's Pizza with that twice-a-day buffet, 11 to 2 and 4 to 8. And for a measly $5, you can go in and pig out on some mighty fine pizza and subs. Also, Craig and Sherry Myers, the owners there. Also, Eon Industries in Liberty Center with Dale and Judy Leininger. Henry County Bank in Henry County with 6 locations. B.A. Miller & Sons Trucking with Norma Miller. The Dugout with Steve and Catherine Parasini. Dave's Running Shop in Delta. Swanton Welding with Norm Zider. Speece Trailer Court with Rick Speece. And Meyer Badenhop Insurance with Glenn Badenhop, the owner, and Bob and Marge Jurassics running that. Also Liberty Hardware, their trademark Martin Senior Paints with Randy and Velma Hall. Also, we've got the Liberty Center Masons Lodge and the Liberty Center Athletic Boosters. And of course, you can bet on one thing, Donnie Sharp and John Slagle really gnashing their teeth because of that stinking, dirty, rotten, no good yellow flag that took 7 points off the board from the Tigers. We've got Herb Murdoch along with his grandson, Scott Judge, Al Sambola, and Roy McGarry, big Tiger backers. All right, now, this is the type of team that Fairview is. They're going to forego any sort of a field goal try, and they're going to line up. They're going to go for the end zone, and now we've got an official's timeout down on the field. Well, this reminds you, Jim, of the old Patrick Henry team, you know, when they had the big 3. They very seldom ever kicked. They usually always went for 2. All right, back in shotgun. Bergman back there, pressure. And no more, has to throw wild. It's a low pass. I don't know. Incomplete. Yeah. Well, you can put that on. I just couldn't tell. It was Leininger that had the initial pressure, and then another Tiger came and forced Bergman to unload that hair trigger early, and the Tigers take over.
Oh, yeah, Spike, he threw it low. Receiver hardly had a chance. He was in the end zone, but the Tigers at the snap of the ball broke to a special coverage back there that really had plenty of defenders back. Plus, they got good pressure, as you mentioned, right up on the line, and I'll tell you, this quarterback hasn't found things too easy yet.
No, that's a great great job by the Tiger pass rush and the pass defense. All right, Tiger set up. They go with a wide formation, give up inside.
That's Salmi.
Yeah, Salmi, I think the ball, no, Salmi's out there. Could have been.
Who was it, Tom?
Could have been Silvis.
Ball carried by Tip Lady.
No, Tip Lady, Tip Lady.
24.
You'll just have to forgive the broadcast here. Gain of 2, 2nd down and 8. Ball now just across the 15-yard line.
Boy, what a defensive stand by those Tigers, Spike. That's got to give them a lot of confidence.
Oh, yeah, after you score and have it taken away, and then you're facing right into the teeth of their great offense. Now the power off the left side. Tigers pick up a couple. You know, Tigers gave the ball away, and Fairview got a first down right off the bat, and boy, it looked bad, but.
Yep.
All right. Wow. Boy, now there was some burrowing done there, Jim. They got 5 yards on that sucker.
Yeah, Fairview packing it in pretty tight, you know, just sort of daring us to pass, and I believe the Tigers, when the time's right, is going to flip one up.
Well, you know, and you don't even have to throw the ball necessarily. Uh-oh, clock running out, and now the Liberty Center Tigers are going to have the wind at their back. That'll change things slightly. All right. All right, Liberty Center now with a first down at their own 25-yard line. Salmi in motion to the right. Myers rolling out, has a lot of time. Now finally throws it out there short, and that's incomplete. He took a pretty good pop, but gets up in good shape. Little technical difficulty. We lost a first down run by Silvas off the left guard. Good for a gain of 4. Now a little break for the Tigers, a defensive penalty.
Well, you know, it's hard for a receiver to get open if somebody's holding him. And, of course, Tim rolled and finally had to turn loose of that ball. And looked like somebody spoiled that pass and kind of hurt his hand. We'll hope that was nothing that's going to bother him down the road, Spike.
No problem. Tim Myers, pound for pound, sinewy, rather tough young man. All right, that penalty is going to push the ball up to the short of the 35-yard line. Now the Tigers will put Salmi and Tiplady out wide to the right, and I believe that is Parasini down here on the short side. Give straight ahead to Ponton. Ponton battles his way up to about the 35, gain of a yard. It'll bring up 2nd down and 9. We're just into the second quarter here. No score in the second round of Division V playoff football, Fairview and Liberty Center.
No gain on the play. 2nd down, 10 for the Tigers.
All right, Tigers show the standard wingback set, 2 tight ends, Salmi, the wingback on the left. In the backfield, little play action, Myers dropping back, throws, and incomplete.
Meyer pass, incomplete to Leininger.
Yeah, intended receiver Leininger in the field, and Leininger
Bobby Brown on the cover.
gets a little banged up, limps off the field, so that'll bring, let's see, 3rd down and 10. A few of parents here. We've got Louis Miller and Mary
Bell?
Yes. Now you got me stuttering on it, Jim. I get so confused. I got your Mary Bell. All right, 3rd down and 9. Parasini wide left. Salmi, Tiplady. Now Salmi in motion toward the football. Inside handoff to Ponton. Ponton battles and drives, gets up near the 40. No, Silvas, excuse me. Silvas, Jim, Silvas for a freshman and only weighing about a wet rag full, picked up a lot of yardage, a lot of determination.
Yeah, he did. He was dancing sideways and anyways to get up there. It was a good gainer for the Tigers, but still leaves them with 4th and 6.
All right, Tigers now looking at in punt formation with the wind at their back. Myers, the up back, and of course Crazy Legs Collins, the punter. I think he punted last time, Jim, with his left foot. I'm fascinated with this now. Yeah, again, gets off a high roller, and that's going to take a great Liberty Center roll back inside the 20, dances around, hit and hauled down there at about the 25-yard line.
53, Brian Dotson on the tackle there.
Dotson, all right, we got Leatherman. Mr. Leatherman here was able to pick up 53 out of the Merc. Babcock.
Is that 53
Really?
walking around?
Well, no
Might
matter.
have been 58. Might have been 58.
Hey, there is no way that we can see these numbers.
Well, Tiger defense has been just absolutely what you'd want them to be, Spike.
Yeah, the Tiger defense has played outstanding. Now out of shotgun again. Bergman has to roll the wrong way, in trouble, and hauled down right at the line of scrimmage. Some good coverage out here by Salmi and Myers on the deep routes. and Bergman had nowhere to go.
Yep, I'm convinced, Spike, the key to the stopping that Fairview passing attack is get that quarterback moving. I don't know if he wanted to roll like that. He basically was running for his life. And if he couldn't step into a pass and pull the trigger, and I don't think he could because the route wasn't mature, good coverage, Tigers have got him so far.
Very profound statement there, Jim. That's exactly what he does not want to do, is have to scramble. All right, now the snap. Passes low and incomplete.
That was a grounder.
Well, now they're into the wind, and that certainly has to change things a little bit. Fairview with those wide splits in the offensive line, and of course Liberty Center doesn't have to work real hard to get a lot of stunting in and give them a good path to the football. You know, and I think intensity and the gamemanship, how the playing shape of the players certainly is going to mean a lot in the fourth quarter, and I think the Tigers are about as well prepared for that as anybody in the state. All right, needless to say, we've got wideouts to both sides of the field, single setback, little drop, now has to move, and has to flip it out there, hit right there, great hit, but Fairview picks up about 8 on the play.
That was Drew Tiplady made a beautiful stick right after that pass was caught, and of course the receiver says, I don't know. Anyway, injury time out there, but you know, you mentioned conditioning. That is really, really a factor, and at this point in the season, everybody's supposed to be in shape, but I tell you, the way the Tigers are able to get pressure on him when he's that back deep in the shotgun position, Spike, if they can maintain that intensity, as you pointed out, the whole game, why, that just spoils things in a big way for him.
Well, Fairview hasn't been able to get anything going, but while we tend to the injured receiver there after that 8-yard pickup, get some more of our fine Liberty Center parents and fans in here. We've got Chester and Nola Short. We certainly can't forget them. Also Mike and Linda Simbola and their daughter Christy for their son number 70 Brad Simbola. Dave and Karen Moeller along with Todd and Jason for their son Kevin. Rich and Pat Myers for their son Tim. Dale and Judy Leininger along with their daughter Dawn, and John Bender for Matt Leininger. Mike and Janet Bodenbender along with Katie and Emily wishing Lucas good luck and the entire Tiger team. Also, we've got Bob and Julie Shaddy with their new Tiger shop open. Greg and Deb Westoven along with Lynn, Katie, Sean, and Troy Westoven wishing Liberty Center good luck. And Bill and Lisa Tiplady, Aaron, Taylor, and Evan. All right, 4th and 1, and Fairview back in punt formation. Back deep is Silva standing at his 35-yard line. High punt held up by the wind, and actually takes held up so much.
It hit him. I believe it hit 86 on the coverage, but that was Fairview, so the Tigers will take her right there.
Yeah. Well, you know, the punt sailing high, good punt, which set it up for Fairview. Silva's had to back off. Coverage was right there. No chance of any return. So the Tigers will take over. I may have been calling that the 36. It's at the 31. 8:40 to go here, period number 2. No score. Boy, Jim.
Oh, I know, Spike. I'd like to see these Tigers get some offense rolling here. Their defense is just plain getting it done, but the scoreboard is vacant for points.
All right, Tigers going to put a little pressure on the Fairview defense. They're coming out on first down with 2 wide outs to the wide side and a single wide out to the left. Myers, a straight drop. He throws deep and just over the head of both the defender and I believe Parasini. Well, yeah, Parasini. Well, but that's what you got to do occasionally on first down. You've got to show them something different, and with the wind at your back, you want to take advantage of it.
Yeah, well, not only that, they begin to pack it in pretty tight, knowing the Tigers prefer to run it, and they was kind of stopping the Tigers, so you got to keep them guessing.
Well, let them pack it in tight. They'll stop them and stop them and stop them, and the next thing you know, you're going to see a Tiger gallop for 60. All right, here's the power sweep. Ponton cuts up inside, drags a couple of tacklers across the 35 and up to about the 37. Gain of about 5, maybe 6 on the play. It'll bring up third down and a lot more makeable conversion attempt coming up. You know, the Tigers are getting a good fire off the ball. They're getting a good line surge, but with everybody packing in tight, they haven't been able to break anything big.
Yeah, the Fairview defense seems pretty good. They seem to pursue to the ball real well.
All right, Tigers stay with the 2 tight end set. Salmi, the wing back, over on the right side. Give to Tip Lady. No, Myers on a keeper. Myers battles his way up.
Myers, the ball carrier.
With a yard or two gain, he carried a tackler about 4 yards, but it's going to be 4th down again. Tigers in a punting situation. 7:40 remaining in the first half. No score if you're just tuning in here to TV5. Liberty Center had intercepted a pass. Drew Tiplady rambled with it about 45 yards into the end zone, but called back for a clip. And then Fairview had a 1st and goal at the 9, and the Tiger defense stiffened and forced the loss of down. Short snap. Great job by Collins. Booms it all the way back to about the 25. And the return outside, hauled down there, I think, by Salmi on the hit. Gain, a lot of running, but a gain of about 8 after the catch.
Boy, Spike, it looked like an obvious clip out there on Parasini was way down there in coverage, and he just got launched face first on something, but no flag. But wow, what a punt by John Collins in adversity like that. They threw him a grounder on a long snap, and he was able to get a good one off.
Yeah, that was over 40 yards. All right, same formation, 4 wideouts, 2 to either side. The fullback standing alongside the quarterback. Quick drop, launches it out, and caught on the sideline. And a gain of about 7 on the play for Fairview.
Pass complete to Bobby Brown.
Parasini getting up slow over there, isn't it?
Gain of 9
Yeah,
yards.
yeah.
2nd down, 1 for the Apaches.
Well, the Apaches, you know, for one of the few times tonight, come out on 1st down, and now they've got themselves setting in a golden position here. I think they've only ran, 1 play from scrimmage tonight, Jim?
Yeah, pretty much it's been passing.
All right, Bergman back. Good pressure. He throws well deep.
Oh, he caught
and
it!
Caught! What a catch in traffic. And now Fairview with 6:17 left in the first half. In the good position here. They've got a 1st and 10 at the Tiger 29-yard line.
Well, you just got a hunch. That's what the Apaches do. They just pass till they're out of downs, and then they have to kick it. But, man, Tigers had that covered like a wet blanket, Spike, but he just didn't see the ball coming.
Well, sometimes as a quarterback, you have to throw it up and hope, and that's exactly what happened there. All right. Bergman drops back. Has to roll. That's what the Tigers want. Here comes the pressure. And he gets out of it. Skirts one end. Breaks another tackle. Down inside the 15 and hauled down finally by number 70, I believe. No, Nate Bear on the tackle, but Fairview at the Tiger 11-yard line. 5:52 left in the half.
You have to give it up for the Fairview quarterback there. They looked like they had him running for his life back here as he rolled, and he elected not to go for the sideline, and he turned it up, and a hard-nosed run. That's the best play from scrimmage they've run, Spike.
Yeah, that's true. Bergman running for a little over 200 yards, about 20 yards a game. All right, same. Oh, we've got trip receivers to the wide side. Now look for that little short thing. No, a quarterback draw. Oh, baby. Oh, yeah, great hit.
27.
As Silvas came up out of his defensive position in the end zone. Boy, that looked bad. But a gain of about 5 on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 5 to go. Fairview can get a 1st down on the 1-yard line. Well, there wasn't much hesitation either, Jim. That was it wasn't even a split second, and here he came right up the middle.
Oh, yeah, that was run all the way, but, you know, that's their best play.
All right, same formation as last time. Trip receivers to the wide side left. Short snap. Bergman has to scramble again, and he's going to be hauled down again inside the 5. We're going to wait for the spot. I believe he slid after the hit. Good Tiger defense again. Well, you know they're going to go for it twice. There ain't going to be no kicking done by the Fairview team. The Tigers have to find a way to stop them from picking up 5.
Yeah, although this looks like extra point range, Spike. Man, if they can't make it here, wouldn't you think about trying to tow one through?
Well, to me it would be the logical thing. 3 points in a game like this, especially if you trade a couple of touchdowns back and forth in the second half, could be the game winner. But third down now, it's 3rd and 4 at the 5-yard line. Here's the snap, the throw, that's going to be short, he's popped!
Oh yeah, Nate Bear got in there and put a bit of a hit on him, but that pass was batted down right there. Big paw from interior there, got a paw on it, so 4th and 4, Spike.
Yeah, that's the thing, they can pick up first down, but at this point, it's hard to kind of pick out a pass route that's going to get you 4 or 5 yards, and Fairview will call a timeout. All right, we'll get the rest of our sponsors here. Bill and Lisa Tiplady with Aaron Taylor and Evan. Also, Bill and Betsy Zeider for their son, Nate Zeider. And, of course, that robust group of porch coaches, Kip Kern, Terry Bowers, Dave Silvas, Tom Overmeyer, Chris Zacharias, Bob Shaddy, Duke Overmeyer, Louis Miller, Dave Moeller, Mike Mann, Jeff Spangler, Rick Miller, and Danny Brown. Also, we'll go over the rest of our list of parents one more time here. We got Louis Miller and Mary Beth, who knows? Chester and Nola Short, and Chad. Also, Mike and Linda Sambola and their daughter Christy, Dave and Karen Moeller, Rich and Pat Myers, Dale and Judy Leininger, Dawn and John Bender, Mike and Janet, Bender, and then Bowden Bender, Donnie Sharp and John Slagle, our stinking rotten yellow flag guys. Herb Murdoch and his grandson Scott Judge, Al Sambola, and don't forget Roy McGarry and good old Aub Kessler and other Tiger backers. Well, here might be, Jim, the most impactful play of the game. 4th and 4 at the 5. Trip receivers to the left, double wide outs there. Here's the pass rush into the end zone. Incomplete! Incomplete! Knocked down there by, I believe, number 3, Nate Zeider, and the Tiger defense with their backs against the wall holds one more time.
Oh, Spike, you just can't say enough about this Tiger defense now. The quarterback are able to scramble for 2 good running plays on that drive. Aside from that, Tiger defense giving ground very grudgingly, but set up twice inside the 10-yard line with a whole set of downs, and the Apaches fail to score.
All right, Tigers pack it in now. The standard wing tee set. Saw me the wing on the left side. Give to Tiplady. Oh, he breaks away at the 20. Tiplady bars his way head on into the man, and we've got another stinking rotten yellow flag. Tiplady rambling all the way from the 5 up to the 27. Boy, that sure looks like an illegal block. Yes, below the knees. Oh my, now the key is it go from the spot or from the line of scrimmage? Boy, Jim, penalties have really been the biggest bugaboo of the Tigers tonight. All right, fortunately from Liberty Center, the ruling is that goes from the point of the infraction, so the Tigers do pick up. Now we got some confusion over there with the down box. Officially, a gain of 4 on the play, so it's 1st and 6. Well, that went not. Yeah, Ponton actually got it late. Tigers had a first down. They gave them that, but then the ball was marked back. So they started with a 1st and 6. Now, 2nd down, and we'll call it 5 yards to go. The ball resting just across Liberty Center's own 10-yard line. 3:06 to go. Jim, if you ever needed to manufacture something here, now is the time.
I would agree. Some momentum going into halftime would be wonderful. Got to get some points.
Well, and you've got to get it out of your zone. Well, right there, the Fairview defense stacked again. Ponton picks up 4 on a hard charge off the left side. And the Tigers facing 3rd and 1. Wow, Jim, this is huge. 2:39, clock running. You don't want to put the ball back in the hands of Fairview in your own half of the field. Myers. All right.
Timeout called by the Tigers. Might as well.
All right, here we go. Big play for the Tigers. 2:19 left in the half. No score. 3rd and 1. Here's the give straight ahead. And Ponton rumbles his way forward, gaining another solid 3 yards and a Tiger first down. Very key, Jim.
Oh, yeah, that maintains possession. Fresh set of downs, as you say, with 2 minutes and 15 seconds, Spike. So plenty of time. The Tigers have at least a timeout left. Let's hope they can do something.
All right, Tigers stay with us tight, double tights with the wing to Salmi. Now the give inside to Salmi, but Fairview staying home right there. Gain of maybe 2 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 8. Clock running with under 2 minutes now. Well, if you're going to take a shot, now might be the time if we somehow can get something going here, Jim. You hate to give them the ball with any time left, but doggone.
Yeah, well, they got another good down to play with.
All right, 2nd and 8, ball at the 19 of the Tigers. Here's the give to Tip Lady. Tip Lady across the 20 and up to the 21. Gain of a couple, but it's going to bring up 3rd down, and we're going to call it 7 yards to go. 1:25 and the clock running. Well, now maybe you've got to think of letting the clock run, forcing Fairview to use a timeout if they have any left. I think they've got one. Still no score here. The high-powered offense of Fairview against Liberty Center is almost as equivalent in scoring. Tigers. Salmi now in motion right. Myers dropping back to throw. He's got Salmi, but Salmi now falls. Myers in trouble, and finally, alertly, goes out of bounds to save the tackle and any possible fumble.
Yeah, well, good play by quarterback Tim Myers. Coverage was good. It was there. There's no point in forcing that in there. So with the wind at his back, with a 4th and 7 on their own 20-yard line, probably Collins will see how close he can come to that Fairview goal line with a punt.
Yeah, good downfield defense from Fairview. And, of course, Salmi slipped, and that didn't help. But he was well covered. Collins back in punt formation. Up back, of course, is Myers. Good snap. Collins with the right foot. Booms it out of there. Beautiful spiraling kick. Hits at the 42. Picked up there and hauled down by a host of tacklers.
Collins punt returned by Bobby Brown. Ball on the
We're going to call that in the vicinity. I'm just going to say between 40 and 45 yards. Collins very effective tonight. Beautiful spiraling punt.
Yeah, all right, Spike, with just 42 seconds left, they've played wonderful defense when it's been a real short field inside the goal. Inside the 15-yard line. They got to do her now for 42 seconds.
Well, don't, All right, the Tigers call a timeout. I think they wanted to see what Fairview was going to come out with. Well, we'll hold her up right here and bring her back after the timeout. All right, after the timeout, Fairview with a double wide out to either side, same formation, that quarterback draw.
Amy goes through.
He's got a little bit of running room, but not a big gain. We'll give him about 7 on the play, and the clock's still running.
6 yards.
He did not get out of bounds.
Second down, 4.
PA announces Silvis gets credit for that hit.
7 on the play.
Well, they burn a lot of time off the clock, Jim, for a small gain, but now in a position. Here comes the blitz by Simbola. Picked up by 2. And out there, hauled down, almost sacked. I believe was that Bodenbender? I can't get the number from here, Tom.
Yeah, Bodenbender.
Yep, number 64, Lucas Bodenbender,
Boy.
really forced a good throwaway by Bergman.
Yeah, and he bothered that pass to the point where there was a Tiger almost within interception range, and you got to watch that. I mean, the Tiger defense might rear up and make a score, but 10 seconds.
Well, Fairview forced to throw into the teeth of the wind. Clock stopped, 10 seconds. 3rd and 4 on their own 49-yard line. And of course, Fairview, their personality says, hey, we're going to throw the football. Fullback back along with Bergman. Bergman takes a quick drop, now runs off again, and he's hit and brought down again, and that's going to wind it up here.
Bodenbender again.
Bodenbender again closes out with a tackle. Time runs out here, and you would have never guessed it by anything I thought, but we've got no score here in Napoleon, Ohio between Fairview and Liberty Center. We'll be back with the halftime stats.
Not sure what the group Queen had in mind when they wrote this song, but we like the tune anyway. Here's the LC Band and Fat Bottom Girls. With an old LC tradition. Here's the LC Band, 16 trombones, 2 twirlers, and 1 bald assistant director with Barbara Ann.
Okay, here, just before the end of halftime, we'll cover the stats we've got here. Time of possession, Liberty Center, almost 15 minutes, Fairview 9, big key there. Leading tacklers for the Tigers, we've got Drew Tiplady with 4, Nate Bear and Nate Zeider with 3 each, and then we've got several players with 2, Matt Leininger, Kurt Silvas, Dustin Salmi, Brian Dotson, Brad Sambola, and Kyle Parasini. Drew Tiplady with the Tiger interception. We've got on quarterback hurries, we've got 3 by Zeider, 2 by Lucas Bodenbender, and 1 by Kyle Leatherman. Lucas Bodenbender picks up still another quarterback sack, and tipped passes at the line of scrimmage, 2 credited to Matt Leininger and 2 to Lucas Bodenbender. So all in all, a fantastic job on defense by Liberty Center to hold Fairview scoreless. All right, now on the offensive side of things, for Liberty Center, 5 first downs, 4 rushing and 1 by penalty. For Fairview, 2 first downs passing, 1 rushing for a total of 3. Liberty Center has been penalized 5 times for 57 yards. Obviously, one of them took points off the board. Fairview only penalized once for 10, so a 57 and 10 difference there in penalties. Yards rushing, Liberty Center with 95, Fairview with 30. The quarterback has all the rushing yardage, 30 yards on 6 carries. I believe there may have been 1 fullback run there in the first quarter, but nevertheless, a total of 30 yards gained on the ground. Fairview, 9 of 20 passing for only 65 yards. So, total offense, 95 for Liberty Center, 95 for Fairview. Rushing, Rodney Ponton has 55 yards on 15 carries. Tim Myers, 2 yards rushing on 3 carries. Silvas, 16 yards of 5 carries. Tiplady, 21 yards on 2 carries, and Salmi, 1 yard on 1 carry. So, Jim, getting ready for the second half. The Tigers chose to, they deferred their choice, which means they're going to get the ball here in the second half, moving from right to left. Uh-oh, an onside kick. Oh, popped in the air. I don't, Jim, what a hit. One Tiger had the football, and he got popped. It bounced up in the air. Finally, Liberty Center with fantastic field position. Boy, that's a tough one to explain. The ball got knocked loose.
Yeah, you know, they've tried 2 onside kicks, I believe, and almost got that one. I mean, that ball, that's the way you like to see it, Spike. Just be tantalizing and come up with a big crazy bounce. But Tigers got her, and as you say, on a midfield stripe.
All right, Tigers with the wing set to the left. Here's the give to Ponton off the left side. Picks up maybe a couple. Ball down to about the Fairview 47-yard line.
Aaron Beals on the tackle for the Apaches. Second down, 9.
Boy, that thing was wide open there. What a hit by Fairview, but somebody, I couldn't tell who, recovered it for Liberty.
Yeah, you know, in a game that's scoreless and both these teams undefeated at this point, you think there's going to be some big plays or some turnovers that's going to really figure key here.
All right, now the pitch to Ponton around the right side. Breaks up inside, a good block by Tiplady. But on the leap, Ponton came down and stumbled, picked up maybe a yard, so it's going to be 3rd down and 7.
Looks as though if he'd bellied that run a little wider, Spike, he might have gotten a little room, but I know they're told to cut it up and run north and south instead of east and west.
Well, Jim might have, could have, would have, should have. For all we know, he might have run out of bounds and lost 10. All right, now the Tigers come out with a wide formation. We've got double wide out to the right. Now that's Salmi back in motion toward the football. Fake to Salmi. Myers back to throw. Good turnaround grab by, I believe, Tiplady. Tiplady ran a deep route, stopped and curled back and left the defender behind him. And it looks very close. It appeared that Tiplady easily had the first down. I thought he was a full yard beyond the 40-yard line, and now they're going to call it short. Wow. Well, the Tigers, in a game like this with no score, they're going to roll the dice early. Ball just inside the 40. They need about 1 foot for the first down. Here's the give to Pond. Pond got more than enough as he's down close to the 35-yard line. We'll give him a gain of 4 for a Tiger first down.
Yeah, that was a good sure tackle by the Apache secondary there. That man come up there on Phil and got him. Otherwise, Pond would have scored on that. But boy, they packed it in there to stop that run.
Well, they were there. Myers ran a quarterback sneak before. The middle linebacker stepped up. He was in that hole, and that kind of left a little seam for Ponton off the left side. All right, wing back set to the right. Here's a pitch to Silvas. Silvas cuts up inside, and once again, can't keep his balance as he has to dive over the block. But a couple yard gain, and the Tigers on the move.
Yeah, Nate Bear had a good block out there on that outside man, but boy, Silvas had to kind of go over that pile a little bit. And as you say, couldn't quite keep his balance, and so got to stop on him after just a short gain.
All right. Double tight formation with the wing to the right side. Give to Ponton coming back this way. Ponton drives, twists, turns. He's at the 30, breaks a tackle, stays on his feet, and finally goes down inside the 20-yard line.
That's Drew Tiplady, number 24 there.
Well, there you go. We'll get it right after a while, but a 16-yard gain by Tiplady, a tremendous run. Broke a couple of tackles and then twisted his way out of another one.
Yeah, he did, and he kept his balance, but then his balance failed him out there when he had some open pasture. But good surge there by the Tigers, and this is their best drive, Spike.
All right, slight correction. Ball at the 19 of Fairview. The Tigers with an excellent opportunity. They always say the first possession of the third quarter, a huge key to the game. Tigers in the offset there to the left. Here's a give to Silvas. Silvas hit, but battles his way down after about a gain of 6 on the play, we'll call it. Tigers now taking it right into the teeth of the Fairview defense.
Yeah, that's one tough freshman, that Kurt Silvas. You know, he ran wide there, got some yards, and he kind of run into that out-of-bounds line. He says, I don't want to go out of bounds, so he sort of danced there, and, of course, nowhere to go, and they converged on him then. But Tigers moving.
All right, Silvas on the left in the backfield. Wing back package to the right. Here's Myers on the give to Silvas. Silvas breaks the tackle, stays on his feet, and slices his way down inside the 10. It looks like a Tiger first down. We'll wait for the spot here.
It is a first down.
Yep, gain of 7 yards by Silvas. I'm not sure Ponton's in the backfield right now. I believe we've got Silvas on the left and Silvas on the right and Tiplady on the left, I believe. All right, they remain in the 2 tight end set. Here's a quick hitter up inside, I believe to Silvas again, and the Tigers are knocking on the door. 2nd and goal at the 5.
You know, I don't know, and I can't discern whether their splits are a little bit different, but somehow there's some holes there, Spike. So the Tigers had just been wonderful under this coaching program that Rex Lingen runs there, making adjustments at halftime, and boy, they got them on their heels right now.
All right, Tigers in a good spot. 2nd and goal at the 4. Same wing back package left. Here is the give up inside and a twist, and he's in. It's a Tiger touchdown. How did he get in there, Jim? The whirling derby sliced and banged his way inside, and he's in for the score. Liberty Center leads us 6-0.
Yeah, he looked like he was stopped a couple times there, but he wasn't down, and so when his feet would touch the ground, he was, as you say, whirling and derving, and anyway, he crosses the goal line for the first points of the game.
All right, now we got Crazy Legs Collins back to kick the extra point. Myers the holder, good snap, set down, good kick up, drives through, end over end, and count it up! Crazy Legs Collins just dots the I. The Tigers lead it 7-0.
Boy, that was a good drive too. As you say, they took the second half kickoff and just plain took their, well, they had good field position. We got to remember that onside kick tried by Fairview set the Tigers up on the 50-yard line, but from then on it was just good execution by the Tiger offensive unit, and what satisfaction to finally get on the board.
Right. All right, Tigers jump out to that 7-0 lead. But of course, you remember last week in their playoff game with Bluffton in overtime. Bluffton scored just in the last minute of the game to go into overtime, and then got the ball first, scored a touchdown, kicked the extra point. And Fairview, after a timeout, said, hey, we're going for the win. We aren't fooling around. They didn't kick it to tie it. They went for 2 and scored. So I love the 7, but we got a long way to go. 7:21 here in the second half.
But you note that the Tiger defense has got something good to play for now. I mean, man, they had to play hard when Fairview had a couple golden opportunities, if you will, in the first half and couldn't put a point up.
Yep, they had the ball inside the 10-yard line 2 different times and just one pass play away from a score. Tiger defense doing a tremendous job. All right, Tigers now set to kick from the 40-yard line. There's Leatherman. Leatherman hits a low bounding, takes a nice cherry bounce there, candy hop, and they pick it up. Got some room, coming to the outside. It's Parastini there, slows him down, and finally hauled out of bounds by number 35 from Liberty Center. Eric Weimer into the game. Boy, Jim, he was in the pack and all of a sudden took a lateral cut and off to wide open spaces, and just like that, Fairview knocking on the door. They have a 1st and 10 at Liberty Center's 38-yard line.
Yeah, this is a tremendous field position for them. So, well, here we go.
Well, the Tigers need a stop. You know, they've got the wind at their backs, and they have to have that lead. Fairview with trips to the left, in trouble, throws it away, caught, and a great open field tackle by number 74, Nate Bear. Yeah, that is huge, Jim.
Oh, and I tell you, the blitz was on. I didn't get to number that guy. I think Dotson was back there, and I'm not sure who else, but really pouring in on the quarterback. But he did throw a strike, but a sure tackle out there in coverage.
Well, the Tigers all season long have probably been one of the premier teams in the area at their adeptness at the open field hit, and that time it paid dividends. I really think that's the difference in the game, Jim, is that other teams certainly just aren't as good at tacklers, as sure at tacklers as the Tigers.
Yeah,
now Liberty Center drops off about 6. Here's Bergman, drops back and throws. That's wild. Maybe tipped at the line of scrimmage, I believe. Yep. Either Leininger or 53 Dotson were over there. Sorry, Jim, I cut you off. So.
No, we're just running one microphone, so it's kind of hard to get a word in edgeways once in a while here. But, you know, Spike, as the Tigers drop back in coverage, try and count the men in the secondary next time there's a pass like that. I mean, there are just all kinds of white jerseys out there covering the pass because that's what they do.
Tigers show a 3-man front with 2 linebackers. Now they bring another man up. Good pass rush again. That's picked up, though, and caught. No, it's intercepted!
Nate Bear.
Nate Bear, number 74. Boy, that was shades of Dustin Salmi against Delta.
Yeah, you know, they're only rushing 3 down linemen, and then maybe they'll come with a pressure of a blitz. But I'm telling you, there's a lot of white jerseys out there to cover those receivers, and they've got them covered right now, Spike.
Well, now Liberty Center gets out of a bad jam. Now they've got the football, and they need to take care of it. We got Tiplady and Salmi spread wide to the left. Salmi goes in motion toward the football. Here is the fake to Salmi. We got Myers on a keeper. Myers cuts it upfield and now fumbles the ball. And
It's down.
Oh, let's wait. We'll wait and see.
We got the call on the down.
Oh, baby.
Hey, we were due for a call, Spike. We've had penalties big time against us the first half, and they called that ball down. But, man, that ball bounced out of there quick, and I know the Fairview people just aren't happy no way, no how. But refs got to call them the way they see them, and this one went for the Tigers.
All right, Tigers showing a little bit of change up in their attack here. Myers on that fake to Salmi and keeper on the left side. Now the Tigers show their version of the single setback. Here's the give to Ponton off the right side. Ponton hit hard by number 7, but not after he picks up the 3 big yards for another Tiger first down as they march relentlessly on the ball near midfield at the 48.
Yeah, Spike, we've seen a new wrinkle in this Tiger rushing attack. Silvas has carried the ball several times in that first drive, and we didn't see him in the first half to speak of. Salmi's out there, and of course they got several options off that one motion play.
Yeah, with Silvas, it gives you an extra dimension back there. Now we're going to go with Silvas on the left and Tiplady on the right in the backfield. Salmi in motion toward the ball. Here is the fake, now the give to Salmi, and hit in the backfield. Well, the Tigers have showcased that the last few plays, and Salmi hasn't got it. That time they went with it. It was a good call, but sometimes the defense is set in such a way that, you know, it's a big chess match, and that time they were ready for it.
Yeah, big pressure there. Apache defenders had knifed deep into the Tiger backfield and was kind of right there to see that play unfold and made a good sure tackle.
All right, second down, and we'll call it 13. Ball at the 44-yard line of Liberty Center. Here is the give again to Tip Lady, Tip Lady all the way up to the 50-yard line. Gain of about 8, maybe 9 on the play. Jim, I have to say there'll be a lot of Napoleon listeners here and viewers here to this ball game. I was up in the press box getting stats at halftime, and I want to tell you that is a facility and a half. A thing of beauty. Is a joy forever, and I tell you, Wildcat fans, you got something really special here. All right, single setback for the Tigers. They show 3 wideouts with Salmi in motion to the ball. Here's the fake to Salmi. Myers rolls to his right. In trouble, straight arm, has some running room, turns it up, and he's got a first down! All the way down inside the 45 to the 44.
Boy, that was a courageous run by Tim Myers. Looked like they had a beat on him several times over there along the sideline, and he turns it up and smelled those yard markers and put it right there, Spike. A good spot will set the Tigers up with a fresh set of downs.
Well, on the prognosticator show this morning, Larry Christie, long-time broadcaster in the area.
The king.
Yes,
from Archibald.
Yeah, made a good point. He said, you know, we've heard a lot about Bergman. And on the measurement, I believe it is a Tiger first down. Made a good observation. He said, you can say a lot about Bergman. He's only a junior, a great arm and a great quarterback. But he said, in so many words, he said, Tim Myers, a very good quarterback himself. He's the complete package. He can run, he can throw, he's smart. And I tell you, he's right. Tim, very, very good quarterback for Liberty. All right, there's the give, and we've got play blown dead right away. The stinking rotten yellow flag bites Liberty in the big toe again.
Yeah, a little quick movement they saw there. And boy, I tell you, Tigers have added up a lot of penalty yards tonight, but they've got that all-important score on the board and seem to be able to control the clock when they're when they've got possession, Spike. I know time of possession heavily favored them in the first half, and here the second half, that's exactly the case.
Well, I'm greedy. I've got the wind at my back with 3.5 to go, and we're up 7-0. I think as the Tigers, I'll speak for them, as I want more. I'm not sure 7's enough. Wing back package left. Myers, play action, has a receiver, caught out there, Silvas,
yep.
And about a we're going to say about a 7-yard gain for Liberty Center, and Silvas gets out of bounds to stop the clock. No, clock's still running. I thought sure he got out. We'll call it a 6-yard gain, second down and 4. Tigers on the move. Jim, Liberty moved it all the way down the field the first time they had it this half, and now they've got it again. This is big. Here is the give to, I believe, Silvas. Takes a big hit, shows no signs of being shaken up. What a man inside a little package. And that's good enough to move the chains again. 2:41 to go, the clock stopped. Here's the third quarter winding down. Tigers have the ball just outside the Fairview 30-yard line.
Yeah, Tigers showing in this drive and in their first possession of the second half, a real good mix of plays.
Yeah, that's been a key. They've been able to do a lot of different things with a lot of different people here. Here is the snap, the pitch now to Silvas, turns it up and stays on his feet inside the 30 or the 25 down to the 24. Jim, it didn't take much of a seam there, but Silvas popped through it with that super quickness to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it would be hard to get a hand on him, you know. I mean, they see speed and they see quickness, and boy, he can just plain be at full speed just almost 2 steps after he's taken the hand off.
Yeah, big play by Silvas there, 7-yard gain off the Tiger left side. Now we've got Tiger man in motion now, Leininger, Myers. Well, now everything broken up in a hurry.
Boy, that was handoff to Silvas there, but boy, he and the quarterback was in pretty close proximity there, and I'm just glad that they hung on the ball.
No kidding there. Loss of, we'll call it a couple. That pushes the ball back to the 28-yard line. Third down and we'll call her 6. Loss of 3, 3rd and 6. Tigers in 4-down territory, however. Now man in motion, Leininger going right. Myers, play action again, in trouble. Good straight arm, buys himself time, throws it downfield, and throws it away. Over the head, I believe, of Silvis.
Incomplete. Going to bring up a 4th down and 6 for the Tigers.
Yeah, Tip Lady was going to help him up, and the guy either didn't want to get up or he was just being a dink. Well, nevertheless, that'll bring up 4th down, and Tigers with a decision here.
You know, it's hard to see the numbers from here with the, well, very little contrast, but I tell you, the Tigers just been doing a job in protecting Tim and doing their blocking and so forth. And as far as the difference between the two teams this second half, the Tigers have made adjustments, and their offense is working, Spike.
All right, Tigers are going to show a wide formation. Tight end Zider goes off. We've got Parasini wide to the right, or wide to the left. Now Salmi in motion with Tip Lady out there. Here is the fake. Myers rolls right again. He throws for the end zone. It bounced away. What a tremendous effort out there by Tip Lady. Was stretched out. I believe it's Tip Lady. Was stretched out parallel to the ground. The ball in the fingertips. But I'll tell you what, when he hit the ground, he couldn't hang on. A very almost impossible catch, almost made by Tip Lady.
Yeah, you know, Spike, that's a tremendous confidence thing there between the quarterback and receiver. The receiver was very well covered, and a lot of people would say don't throw that pass, but Tim Meyer says, hey, I'm going to throw it there and my guy's going to catch it, and he threw a perfect strike but just couldn't quite hang on to it.
Jim, you couldn't have made a better point. That was an NFL ability strike on that one, right on the money. No luck. All right, now Bergman goes deep. Salmi going for the INT, couldn't come up with it as he had to dig in. Salmi had deep protection on that play.
Yeah, that was a golden opportunity for the Tigers to have another pick. They had number 25, Apache receiver, covered, and he fell or slipped and went to the ground, and boy, that pass come in there, but Tigers not quite able to get a handle on it.
All right, now in battle of field position with the wind. There's 57 seconds left. Second down. If the Tigers can hold and force a punt, this will be huge if they force him to punt in the third quarter. He runs quarterback draw, and he's wrapped up right in the backfield. Lining her in there, but the big hit was made. Wait till Brian Dotson, number 53, that 145-pound tackle on both sides of the football.
It's just a pleasure to watch this Tiger defense perform, Spike, whether it's a pass or a quarterback draw. I mean, they just seem to have an answer, and everybody plays alert. We're calling a different name, or at least there's Tigers in it every play.
Maybe a wise call by Fairview to run the draw, to let the clock run. Now going back, setting up the screen, caught, held down by Nate Zider. Another loss. Well, now with the clock winding down, Liberty Center elects to let it run out, and Fairview will get the option or the chance now to punt with the wind at their back. But the important thing is here, the Tiger defense comes up again with still another big play. That time, nobody in the world, or nobody on the Tiger side of the ball, fooled by that screen pass setup.
Yeah, you know, Spike, Tiger defense must have a pretty intricate plan as far as putting pressure on the quarterback, because they seem to have ample coverage whenever there's a pass thrown, but it seems like a different guy back there bothering the quarterback all the time, and he's cognizant of that, and it's just spoiling things. So this vaunted passing attack by the Fairview Apaches can't get off the ground here tonight.
Well, it's got close a few times, but you know, with the Tiger defense, you know, normally they go with the 5-man front, but now they're showing some 3, some 4, and what that does, it allows you to, you know, blitz or stunt somebody in a different way than you, the other team is normally going to know what, you know, what they've seen in film. So.
Yeah, and then every once in a while they flood the secondary, the deep secondary, with plenty of backs back there, so making it hard to find an open receiver.
All right. Well, while we got a break here, well, we know we don't really have, that was a set to go here to start the fourth quarter. Liberty Center leading 7-0. Fairview now is forced to punt from their own 19, but in this fourth and final quarter, Fairview will have the wind at their back. Silvis back deep, standing at the 40. Fairview has an excellent punter. Oh, a good pass rush. That thing shanked, goes straight up in the air, very short, takes a good bounce.
39-yard line.
And the Tigers really setting in the catbird seat now. It's a 1st and 10 at Fairview's 39-yard line. A 20-yard punt by Fairview with the wind at their back. Jim, it couldn't have been scripted any better.
Oh, I tell you now, here the Tigers are set up. You know, their first possession, they got her on the 50-yard line, took her in for a score. Well, they've got her 15 yards better this time.
Yep. All right, now the Tigers show a single setback in Silvis. They've got tight end eligible on the left in Leininger and 2 wideouts to that left side. Now Salmi in motion. Here's the give straight ahead to Silvis. Silvis hauls a tackler across the 35 and down to the 33. Gain of 6 on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 4. Ponton must be shaken up. We've seen very little of him in the second half in the backfield, but Kurt Silvis ably taking his spot. 2 different types of runners. Ponton actually the thundering herd, and Silvis more of a pony charge. All right, now 2 wideouts to the short side. That's Tip Lady in the slot, goes in motion, give again to Silvis. Silvis battles his way right through the arms, breaks that tackle, and literally powers his way down inside the 30, and that's going to be very, very close to a 1st down.
Yeah, you know, when Tigers get a guy down, there's always a fresh Tiger to take his spot and, you know, count on the difference between Ponton and Silvis. But, you know, like when Matt Leininger was out, Jonathan Wesley and Shane Wesley and Jonathan Powers and Adam Bloomfield, there's just plenty of Tigers.
All right, now they got Tip Lady on the left, Silvis on the right in the backfield. Salmi in motion toward the football. Here is the give again to Silvis.
Nothing doing there.
Well, I don't know. I think his forward progress on the spot here, I think we're going to get a decent spot. It's going to be close, but I'm going to bet on a Tiger 1st down. Ooh. Wow. Well, I don't know. That is going to be very close.
Yep.
All right, while we come out here for the measurement, obviously we won't get the professionalism out of this chain gang like you do at Liberty Center, but all right, here we go. We've got Miller Brother Trucking with Skip Miller. Dave's Auto Service with Dave Perry, Sky Bank and Liberty Center. Also, we've got L.R. Babcock Plumbing and Heating with Bill Tiplady and Danny Brown. Pisanello's Pizza with Craig and Sherry Myers and that twice-a-day buffet.
We got her.
Up, 1st down for Liberty Center by the nose of the football. We've got the Henry County Bank in Henry County, the Dugout with Steve and Catherine Parasini, Swanton Welding with Norm Zeider, Meyer Badenhop Insurance with Bob and Marge Jurassics, Liberty Center Masons Lodge, and the Tiger Athletic Boosters. All right, Tigers come to the line of scrimmage. At 1st down at the 29-yard line of Fairview. Here is the give to Silvis, hitting the backfield, and a loss of about a yard on the play. That time Fairview selling out to stop the run, and that is what the Tigers want, you know.
Yeah.
Force them up and bring them up and bring them up, and then beat them on a little play action.
Yeah, you don't never talk about wasting a down, but you know, they're definitely in 4-down territory. But that was a real blitz by that Apache. Just got in there and got a hand on him.
All right, Tigers now spread out the offense. 2 wideouts to the left, Parasini wide to the right. Silvis the lone setback. Give to Silvis. He's got running room. Tries to turn a corner. Picks up a couple more and battles his way forward down to the 22. A very courageous run by Kurt Silvis. Well, we're going to give him a gain on the play of about 9 yards. It'll bring up 3rd down and a short 3 to go. Ball just outside the 22-yard line of Fairview. Liberty Center has to get between the 20 and the 19 for a 1st down. Tigers show a 2 tight end set with Salmi the wing on the left side. Silvis on the right, and Silvis with the handoff again and chews his way through the defense to pick up 5 more and a Tiger 1st down at the Fairview 18.
Yep.
Jim, this drive is the ball game for Liberty Center with 9 minutes left on the clock. They lead 7-0, but Fairview with the wind at their back when they get the football.
Yeah, well, you know, passes can get yards quickly, but Tigers have had an answer for the passing attack by the Apaches. But Tiger offensive line giving Silvis a nice edge.
All right, here the Tigers go now. Now the give to Tip Lady coming off the right side. Tip Lady picks up a couple, stacked up there by the Fairview defense. Well, the Tigers kept pounding off that left side, and that time came the other way with Tip Lady. Good job, only picked up a couple, but keeps the Fairview defense honest. Clock running, 8.5 minutes left in the ball game. Liberty Center leads it 7-0 on that sustained drive, that 52-yard drive in the first drive of the second half. All right, two tight end set. Here is the give to Silvas again off the left side, finds a seam and flows his way down to the 10. Pick up a 7 on the play. Jim, you know, it's a different type of running game when you've got Silvas in there because he doesn't have the power that Ponton does, but he hits the hole quicker.
Yeah, and he's elusive, too. I mean, he can be coming through there, and they got to make sure tackles on him or he's still squirting for yards.
All right, 3rd down and 2, ball at the 10-yard line. Here is play action. No, Myers has it, turns it up inside. He's got the first down that time, running behind the blocks of the 2 running backs. Jim will get a chance here. We'll try to set the Tiger line. You know, we've been so far away, it's hard to...
oh, they're going to measure that? Come on.
Well, this officiating crew has their own personality.
See, it's good
from here, it sure looks like it's a first down, but that's okay. Yeah, that gives the Tiger offense a chance to retool here.
It's first down.
Yeah, first down by half the length of the football. Now it gets a little tougher, Jim. We're 8 yards away. 8 yards away. It's 1st and goal from the 8, so it's not like it's 1st and goal, you know, from the 3. Tigers need to come up with something big here. And with 7.5 minutes to go, Fairview forced to spend a timeout. All right, during the timeout, we'll get some more of our sponsors here. We've got Trucker's Paradise out on the corner of 109 and 24. Buddy, you want bacon and eggs and home fries, they got it. Open from 5 in the morning until 6 at night. And, of course, there are 57 different kinds of pies. Oh, yeah, baby. Also, we've got Holgate Metal Fab with Jeff Spangler, Liberty Products with Terry Bowers, KK Collision with Kyle Kern, an ever-expanding business. Great job there by Kyle. Davis Farm Services with Karen Howell, Eon Industries with Dale and Judy Leininger, B.A. Miller & Sons Trucking with Norma Miller, Dave's Running Shop in Delta, Speece Trailer Court with Rick Speece, and the Liberty Hardware with Randy and Velma Hall. They're trademarked the Martin Senior paint line. Also, we've got Donnie Sharp and John Slagle, probably incensed at several times during this game because of the inopportune, stinking, rotten, dirty, no good yellow flag. We've got Herb Murdoch and his grandson, Scott Judge. Also, Al Cimbola, Roy McGarry. All right, here we go. 1st and goal from the 8-yard line. Tigers in the wingback set right. Here is the give to Silvas. He's hit right there and dropped. Maybe he gets back to the line of scrimmage, and it'll be 2nd down or 2nd and goal from the 8. Okay, Jim, Tigers have been moving the football on the ground. Do you keep pounding away, or do you maybe show them a little bit different wrinkle here?
Well, I think once you're sure they're going to pound it, then they will come up with a wrinkle.
All right, they spread it out. Parasini wide to the right. Tip Lady and Salmi in motion. Myers keeps it. Myers hauled down at the 10. Wow. Now, Jim, it the plot thickens even more. Tigers 1st and goal at the 10-yard line.
Yeah, well, they're going to have 2 cracks at it here, but they got to come up with something, and Fairview seems to be expecting it to be a run, and they've got an answer for it, or have had.
All right, Salmi spread wide to the left. Leininger, the tight end on the left, Zeider, tight end on the right. Here's a quick slant, knocked down. They had Salmi open on that quick slant, but knocked down there, and it's 4th down. Tigers now faced with a decision.
Good defensive play by the Apaches. They saw that pass, saw the quarterback on a pass, and so several guys jumped over there in that vicinity and got a paw on it. We're just lucky they didn't scrape that off and go for the whole enchilada the other way, Spike.
All right, it appears the Tigers are going to go for the end zone here. It's a 7-0 lead with 6 minutes and 24 seconds left in the game. It's 4th and goal on the 10. Tigers with a 2 tight end set. Salmi, the wing on the right side. Here is play action. Myers drops back. He throws. And interference! Well, they had number 27, Kurt Silvas, on a little delayed break across the middle at the 5 with the idea of maybe getting a peel block and springing him into the end zone. But the Fairview defense right there to pick up the pass interference call.
Yeah, I think that's a good call, too, because Silvas was stopped. He'd run his point in the pattern, and he was turning around waiting for the ball, and he got drilled before the ball got there. So, they, and number 24 on the Apaches had a right to try for the ball, but you can't go through Silvas if he's sitting there waiting for it.
Boy, that couldn't have been anything better than that. The Tigers with a fresh set of downs. We've got 1st and goal at the 5-yard line. Clock setting at 6:19 to go. Parasini wide right, and that time that the Tigers got caught. The Tigers get off the ball probably as quick as any team in Northwest Ohio, and that time they were bagged.
Well, we think of the whole Fairview's in right now, Spike, and the Tigers are banging on the door, and of course they've got plenty of downs to see if they can't get it over the goal line. Well, the Tiger defense had to rise to the occasion twice the first half. Same circumstances. They had plenty of downs right there close to the goal line, and Tiger defense stood up.
Okay, here. Clock stopped at 6:17. Tigers with the ball at the 10-yard line after the penalty. 1st and goal from the 10. Give to Silvas. Silvas picks up about 5 big ones around that left side. The Tiger offensive line continues to handle and manipulate the defensive front from Fairview. Well, they didn't give him the 5. He got about 4 yards. 2nd goal, 6 yards away.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, the Tigers have owned this ball this whole piece of the 4th quarter already, Spike.
All right. Well, let's get the down right here. They've got 3rd down on the clock. But on the penalty, yeah, it should only be 2nd down. Here's Myers, give to Silvas again inside the 5, twists and pushes and drives those legs down to the 4. Boy, you know what? Silvas really brings something else to the table. He is very good at yardage picked up after being hit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they think maybe they've got him stopped, but hey, if they don't plain have him down on the grass, he's going to claw for some more, and does.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Now, Tigers wait for Myers. They come to the line of scrimmage. 3rd and goal at the 4-yard line. The clock continues to run. 5:06 left in the game. 7-0 Liberty Center. A white out to either side. Here's the give to Silvas. And it's close. It's close. I don't know. They're not marking. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Tigers score. Tigers score. Tigers score. Wait a minute, now they're...
No!
Yes, it is! Boy, they gave it to us, they took it away, but they aren't gonna deny the Tigers forever. Silvas, with that great 2nd and 3rd effort, gets the nose of the football to break the plane, and the Tigers lead it 13-0. Oh, Jim, what a great time for that one.
Oh, yeah, and the Tigers got their chances. First half it was penalties against the Tigers. Well, Fairview's come up with the penalty here when it hurt them the most. But Tigers, 13 big ones.
All right, big one here. Myers the holder. Crazy Legs Collins back to kick. The snap good. The kick is up. Sails. No good off to the left. Jim had that funny wobble to it, and it did carry left of the cross, or left of the upright. Well, with 4:56 to go, we're going to see the air filled with footballs now. Fairview with the game on the line, trailing the Liberty Center Tigers, who are 20-7 at this point in their playoff career under the tutelage of Coach Lindgren, mostly there, a couple games there before Rex came in. Winner of 4 straight regional titles, and this thing on the line right now. All right, many thanks to the parents here. Also, many thanks to the sponsors who make these TV5 broadcasts possible. We've been down through those. Also, the faithful parents who moms have to wash the clothes and put up with all that other business. We got Louis Miller, who I guarantee isn't going to wash anything. We've got Mary Beth Collins. Yeah, yes. Chester and Nola Short. Nola May, okay. Mike and Linda Simbola along with Christy. Also, we've got Dave and Karen Moeller for their son Kevin. Rich and Pat Myers for Tim. Dale and Judy Leininger along with Dawn and John Bender. Also, Mike and Janet Bodenbender for Katie and Emily. Now the onside. Well, I won't call it an onside, but it was that low liner.
Yeah, sets them up on their 45.
Yeah, well, you know, with the passing attack of Fairview's, this game's certainly not over by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah, Spike, now Tigers don't want to get into their, or a so-called prevent defense. They want to just play the defense they've been playing all game. That's thrown up goose eggs there against the Apaches, so we just need some more of that with under 5 minutes to go.
Yeah, certainly it looks good for Liberty Center, but it don't ever look completely good until I see trip zeros. All right, we got a double wide out to either side. Fullback back there. Sets up the block. Good pass rush. He throws deep. He's got a receiver. Caught! And just like that, Fairview on the board with a touchdown. Well, they had a chance to knock it away.
Yeah.
And instead, you know, you've either got to go for the ball or you go for the sure tackle and give them the gain. But Fairview puts points on the board, and Jim, that's why we said this stinking thing is far from over.
No question, passing attack can spit and sputter and just come up with zeros for a long time, but it only takes a couple big ones, and in this case, well, that one right there stung the Tigers, puts up 6, and they're very much alive yet. Drew Tiplady had good coverage on that guy, but he made the catch.
All right. They'll go for one here to climb with, or to attempt to climb within 6. Here's the kick, and I believe that's off left or off right, and the Tigers maintain that 7-point lead. But Jim, they went for 2 last week. We've still got 4:45 left on the clock, and a lot of football to be played.
Yeah, Tigers have owned time of possession here. First half was lopsided in their favor, and the second half's just about been all Tigers. But a pass play doesn't use much time, and well, it got the Apaches 6 points. Turnovers on our part here.
All right, set to go. Here's the line drive kickoff. That takes a great bounce, picked up way down there inside the 10, about the 8. It looks like Parasini with a good return after having to retreat all the way back to the 7. They get the ball up across the 25 to the 26. Well, Jim, just when you start to count your chickens, all of a sudden you find out they ain't all hatched yet.
Yeah, that's exactly the case. A passing attack is and always will be very dangerous as long as there's time on that scoreboard.
Yeah, and just like on the kickoff, normally Leatherman's going to be able to drive that thing through the front line. That time, Fairview recovered with good field position. All right, now the Tigers need to take care of business. They give up inside, not much there. 4.5 minutes to go. Jim, you're caught between wanting to run the clock, but you've also got to think about moving the chains. Yeah, gain of a yard on the play. We're going to call it a short 2 by Silva. So we're going to call it 2nd down and 8. Ball at the 20, about the 28-yard line. All right, saw me the wing on the right side, 2 tight ends set. Here is the give. I believe that's Tiplady. Tiplady off the left side. He's going to pick up about 3 or 4. A little melee on the field. You know, Fairview has been opportunistic this year. They were trailed to Nora with 3 minutes to go, but a fumble in the that real bad rainy night. They scooped it up and went in for the winning score.
Yeah.
You know, this game, 3.5 to go. My, oh my. Not for the faint of heart. All right, Liberty Center with a 3rd and a short, 5 to go. Ball at the 31. Here's Myers, back to throw. Gets it off, and incomplete. Good coverage as he tried to find Leininger. And the Tigers have to punt it away. Jim, hang on, baby.
Yeah, you were mentioning Fairview hanging around on against Tenora, and so barely getting it done. But if it's a win, it's a win.
All right. Pilot return, or the Fairview Apache return man back at the 40. Collins gets off that low liner. That's his specialty, and it kicks out of bounds. No return. And Fairview will have the ball at their own 43-yard line. Jim, this thing is, I've said it a million times, it's far, far from over. Fairview with that quick strike ability with 3:17 to go, more than enough time. Tigers lead it 13-6, 7-point edge. Well, they need to just keep doing the things they were doing, putting the pressure on and playing great D.
Yeah, Tiger defense, I guess the Tigers of this year, they'd rather have their defense in charge.
All right, low snap with time, breaks through. Bergman's got running room, makes another great cut. Now another one. What a job by Bergman, very shifty, and he picks up about 18 yards.
That was a true quarterback draw because he waited till the pressure came and he kind of hunkered down, and all of a sudden he thought, yeah, now's the time, and he reels off 18 big ones, Spike.
Yeah, they've got the ball at Liberty Center's 39-yard line. Jim, this is Tiger defense is in a precarious position. Clock running with 2:55 to go. Well, that's why they're Tigers. That's why they've been tough all year. They need to come up with another big play. Here's Bergman out of shotgun with more than enough time. Fires out there, caught at the 29-yard line of Liberty Center.
Parasini on the tackle.
All right, Parasini, they're going to call it now at the 28. Clock stops to get the chain set. Fairview with more than enough time now to get the job done. It's just a matter of the Tiger defense rising to the occasion. Double wide outs to either side. Bergman back to throw out a shotgun again. He throws on that crossing route, caught there for a first down at about the 12-yard line. Fairview pushing it right down the field in this final quarter.
Yeah, and all of a sudden that passing attack is working to precision, Spike. I mean, Tigers seem to have coverage, but just a nice pass there by their quarterback right into the hands of the receiver.
Well, here we go, 2:22 clock running. It's double wide outs again. Bergman back, has time, throws it to the sideline, caught, and a good open field hit there by Tip Lady.
Giving him out of bounds. Giving him out of bounds, stop the clock.
Well, he did go out of bounds, but we've got a flag on the play.
Holding
Against Fairview. Oh my, that beautiful, sweet yellow flag hits the deck, and that's going to push the Apaches back. They had the ball down around the 10, and the holding call will keep the down the same, but they're going to lose, I think, 15 yards of very valuable real estate. Back to the 26-yard line. So it should be. They're going to spot the ball at the 27. So it's going to be first and 25, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, first and 26 officially. Now they show the trip receivers right. Bergman, happy feet now, dances back, has time, breaks away there, gonna scramble, and the Tigers hem him in somewhere at around the 20. Bergman picks up 5 or 6 on the play, gets out of bounds and stops the clock. We've got 2:05 to go here in the ball game. Liberty Center clinging. No, they're not, nothing. Just, throw them. Second down and 20. Clock stopped at 2:05. Liberty Center clinging to that 13-6 lead. Well, the Tigers defense has stopped them every time until that long bomb. They've got to come up with another big play here. Trip receivers to the wide side right. Bergman alone in shotgun. Hayes got time. Finally a slip through. Bergman makes a good move and launches it. It's caught. He's got running room. Hauled down out of bounds. Let's see. Maybe Silvis. No, he's short, Jim. Yeah, he's about 7 or 8 yards short. It's going to be third down. Well, see, you know, the Tiger defense is really in a spot because you want to get the pass rush, but yet you've got to keep plenty of defenders back. So it's a chess match deciding which way you want to do it.
Yeah, and this quarterback's proven to be very elusive. I mean, the Tigers get a hard rush on him and maybe spoil things, but boy, he's elusive.
All right, now it's 3rd and 7. Bergman back, has time again, goes short, and knocked down there. Great defense. I believe that's Parasini. Parasini right there to help knock it away. And now it's 4th down and 7. Or they're going to call it 4th and 6 from the 8 is what's on the scoreboard clock. Everything comes down now to this play. 1 minute and 16 seconds left. Fairview needs to get to the 2, just right around inside the 2. This is what it's all about. You play and you play and you play 47 minutes, but it comes down now to one play. Now they show 4 receivers to the left side, the wide side. Bergman back. He throws it deep. He's all alone. Caught. Touchdown. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Well, now the decision is up to Fairview. Are they going to go for 1 or 2? Last week they went for 2 and they trailed in overtime.
Yeah. Boy, I don't know, Spike, but for some reason that player was completely open. The Tigers had all the receivers counted, but for him, and of course, in floats the pass, and there you go.
Okay, this is it, the devil or the deep blue sea. It's 13-12 Liberty Center. The Fairview Apaches lined up to go for 2. They put a man in motion, heading toward the left, and a deep drop. They're going to run an option with him. Now it's a reverse the other way, and he's hit. He stopped short. He stopped short. Fairview tried a trick play. Well, you know what you can do with that trick play. I don't know who got the tackle, but they laid the wood to him. He's down. The Tigers hang on. They lead at 13-12. Jim, I thought he was in. What a great open field hit.
Oh, that was just had to be right there, Spike, and I'm sure that had to be pretty near on the goal line, and everybody was, almost out of position with it all, and here comes that guy. Looked like he had plenty of room to the goal line, but a sure hard tackle, and you guys know his number. Wow.
Boy, you could see that if they were going to run that straight option play, the Tigers had that ate up. So you knew that wasn't going to be what happened. All of a sudden, here comes a guy on a little inside reverse. Boom. Oh, Jim. Oh, my heart was, pumping. Oh, no.
Check us out on timeouts for Fairview. I think they've used them, Spike.
Jim, I'm probably the last guy in the world you ever want to ask about timeouts, if you remember last year.
Well, you can expect an onside kick. You can expect all the chicanery they can possibly muster on this, their last possession, if we hope, as they kick the ball to the Tigers. And, of course, the Tigers, with 1 minute and 11 ticks, just want to just hang on that ball and get out of here with a 1-point win.
You know, and Jim, so many things come down to one play.
Yeah.
You battle and scrap and dig and kick and punch and gouge for the entire game, and then it comes down, one team moves on and the other one doesn't. And they were so close to breaking it. A great call, but
truly a wonderful match here between two fine programs, both undefeated coming in here tonight, and Tigers appear to have outplayed them the whole game, but passing attack can and does put points up when you least expect them, and give Fairview credit. They were right there within that play of going ahead with just over a minute.
All right, Tigers have 10 men within between the 50 and the 40. The onside kick, I don't know if it went far enough, but they're battling for it. Boy, I don't know. Fairview signaling they've got it. The ball had to get to the 50.
Not if we touched it first, Spike, and I think Tiger...
no, they say they've got it. I don't know. We'll have to get this sorted out by the officials.
Spike, I don't think the ball went 10 yards, but it doesn't have to if a Tiger touches it.
Right. If the Tiger touches
yeah.
it, then it's open.
Yeah, and a Tiger up man there tried to reel that in and was just swarmed over by a batch of Apaches, if you will, and now they've got a fresh set.
All right, well, hey, Fairview's got a last gasp. If they pull it out now, well, then maybe they deserve it. But the Tiger defense is going to have something to say about this. Bergman back to throw. Under pressure, we've got a penalty. Bergman throws it wild. It's picked off. It's picked off. Down the sideline is Bear and hauled down at the 22-yard line. That may be it. That may be it. The yellow flag may be holding.
Yeah, that's what the signal is by the Tigers. I don't know if they know, but they're signaling holding. Matt Leininger's out there saying that's what it was an Apache hold. But, of course, we'll wait for the officials to indicate that. But good defense. If it wasn't holding, Tigers get it on an intercept.
Jim, the sweetest thing in the world is when I saw the official raise the hands down, meaning the penalty declined. That means it's Tiger football. And we'll wait. We're 50 seconds away from a win. I'll chalk this one up when I see the final second tick off. Fairview, I think, at most has one timeout. The Liberty Center should be in a position to take a knee on every call.
You know, they've onside kicked it a couple times there, and by golly, on this one, well, it was executed absolutely perfect.
Oh, baby. All right, now we'll see how they set up. Yeah, the Tigers have that safety valve back there. Myers will go to the quick knee. And that starts the clock.